jump to digital banking just really quick. You think about, again, Revelation 13 is such an important passage because it says there's going to be globalization taking place. When I trusted Christ, read through the book of Revelation, got to that chapter. And, my family's fought in basically all the wars, going all the way back to the Revolutionary War. And so we've been very a patriotic sort of family. And I remember getting there to Revelation 13, and it's talking about this globalization taking place. And I'm like, that could never happen. God must got this wrong because America would never let this happen, right? And America will always. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe God's got it right. And then I keep on reading there. And he talks about buying and selling. I'm sitting there thinking, how in the world can that be? Because the U.S. dollar, is so strong, and the U.S. dollar will never be destroyed. I was unfamiliar with the reality that you can destroy a currency. And so you think about banking now. And I just want you two to respond to what's kind of happening in this digital kind of world that we've created and the control it creates for those who are at the levers. Let's just watch this.
Banking has become weaponized. Christian and conservative groups are labeled high risk and then debanked or denied financial services. Among the victims, Indigenous Advanced Ministries, which helps orphans and widows in Africa. Its account closed by Bank of America. Family Council of Arkansas, which works to promote traditional family values, canceled by J.P. Morgan Chase. And the Pro-Family Ruth Institute. It lost its payment processor after it was targeted by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group.
The office manager received an email saying, "We're not going to do business with you anymore." She went right then and looked at our bank account, and it was gone. The credit card processing was gone.
And what qualified the Ruth Institute as an alleged hate group?
The dream of the Ruth Institute is that every child be welcomed into a loving home with their own mother and father married to each other.
Even the National Committee for Religious Freedom, a multi-faith organization headed by former U.S. Senator and Religious Freedom Ambassador Sam Brownback, had its bank account closed by J.P. Morgan Chase.
I went in to make a deposit at a branch here in Kansas about 3 or 4 weeks after we'd opened up the account, I think. And the teller there said, that account's been closed. I go, what? I said, yeah, it's that account's been closed. Your funds will be being sent to you in a couple of weeks.
So who you create this control on the bankings, and all of a sudden, friends, it doesn't matter if you're talking nations or states or ministries, they're controlling all of us, aren't they?
Same thing happened to Promise Keepers. There's a booking for a booking app called Eventbrite that anybody can use it, and they just shut down and returned the money for Promise Keepers that were going to hold an event at a Christian college, and they shut them down because of their stance on traditional marriage. So the whole digital currency thing is necessary. And I keep trying to remember what they're called, and I forget it every time I look at it. But the Financial Services Committee just authored legislation that was forbidding the creation of a digital currency by the Fed. But the Fed already has 2 processing systems already in place. One is called FedNow, and the other is called FedWire, and it's kind of like PayPal, where you can use the federal system to just instantly have your paycheck. You don't have to wait to cash it or for it to clear the bank or any of that. So the Fed's already involved in the game, so to speak. And if it gets held up, this creation of a U.S. digital currency, they're already getting into your system and determining how quick you get your money. And all of this is leading up to the time where, like China, will have a social credit score. And part of the control that they want to have goes all the way down to your medical history or your life choices. Say you've got a DUI, well, then your swiping of your hand or your forehead will not allow you to buy alcohol. Or if you're overweight, you can't buy candy. If you got a ticket, they'll not allow you to do certain things. Or like in China, one of the punishments is they slow down your internet speed, which is for a lot of people like going to hell. They'll give you dial-up instead of 5G, and this is punishment, but that's, it's all built on your performance as a member of the global community. That's the bottom line. And this digital currency plays a pivotal role in arriving at that level of control.
Well, I think we're seeing all sorts of signs that are telling us, including what we just saw here, digital money is coming. The whole digital system is coming. Many thought it would be here by now. Certainly by end of year, certainly by 2024. It's just something we're going to have to get adjusted to at that time. Probably a transition that's gradual. But it's coming, and I think we have to kind of determine how we're going to live with it. Because it's going to be very invasive. There will be no privacy. They'll know if you buy a candy bar, if it's Snickers or Mars. They'll know what it is. Everything will be tracked. Everything. It's coming. I would say it'll be here certainly in the new year. These things are just kind of warnings that it's coming.
And we're being conditioned. I don't know if what it's been like for you at your bank, Jerry, and I've been banking with one of the largest banks here in the United States and, since the early 90s. And so for 30 years, we've been banking with them. The other day I went to the bank. We had to deposit some checks, get some cash, and there were 6 guys in front of me. I got there early, when the bank opened. There was one teller. She had no idea what she was doing. The first guy, he was asking for $300. She didn't have $300. Hold it, we're at a bank. And so she said, "I'm sorry, sir, I don't have $300. I can deposit anything you want." He said, "I don't need to deposit, I need $300. I got to go buy something," and so forth. And then the other 5 guys in between us, they were all like, "Well, I need $2,000. So she had to go and find the branch manager who was in the back room. So now the bank's completely empty and there's 6 of us standing in this bank. Right? And I'm sitting there going, I don't know how the security works around here, but that doesn't seem like a good idea. And then eventually they come back, give the guy $300. But it was just mayhem. I'm sitting there going with these 6 guys and everyone's just rolling their eyes. They're just sitting there, we can't believe this. This is conditioning, because when you go on the website, they're saying we must move to this digital banking so that way customers have greater satisfaction. So create dissatisfaction when you go in and try and talk to someone, because you can't talk to anybody, right? And then they can't help you. Or, for example, a ministry I know, they've tried to do some things with their bank, and again, they've been banking with them for like 40 years. Again, one of the major banks, and it takes 2 weeks in order for the executive pastor to be able to go in and have a meeting to get money moved around. You can't wait 2 weeks to do some of these. You understand what I'm saying? So to create dissatisfaction, to push everybody, you got to go digital. You just go online. Don't worry about talking to anybody. Just push the buttons and do what we say. It's amazing.